But it is always a good thing for a legislature to have the resources to do the things that we need to do. Particularly when we are looking at federal cuts in spending on a massive scale, which will probably hit Texas really, really hard.
That is State Senator Nathan Johnson making his case for why voters should consider destination casino resorts here in the state of Texas. So we saw this fail in Irving recently, but it could be on the ballot in November. Our Marvin Hurst went out to get a little better understanding of the proposed measure while also following the money trail.
We wanted to know more about Texas Senate Joint Resolution 82, so I went to the man who filed it.
If this resolution were to go to the voters, and the voters were to approve the resolution, there would be still no such thing as destination resort casino gaming or any other kind of gaming legal in Texas as a result. What the bill does do is removes a constitutional prohibition on any form of gaming, howsoever strictly regulated. So if the bill passes, it would be up to the legislature in another session, after another 2 years of public engagement, to pass a law or not pass a law authorizing destination resort casino gaming. And I keep using that phrase because I think it's very important to understand that this is not taking the lid off opening up Texas to having slot machines in airports. That is not the vision.
There are a lot of ifs when it comes to SJR 82. If voters say yes, and if lawmakers make it legal here in Texas, here is what the resolution recommends. It would establish a commission to oversee no more than 10 licenses statewide with 40-year terms. Casino gaming and sports betting would pay a revenue that would not exceed 15% of wagering revenue.
Conference centers for businesses, you'd have performance centers for popular music and classical music. You could have a small sports arena in the space, and you could have hotels and spas and other things that people like to go to, restaurants, and part of it would be casino gaming.
So as I was listening to what you were saying, it sounded eerily like what I heard at the Irving meetings with the Sands Corporation. And they were saying that their polling shows that Texans want gaming in Texas. Is that what your polling shows?
I've heard of their polling. There's been polling on this for, probably since I've been in the legislature for the last 6 years. I have nothing to do with Irving. I have nothing to do with Sands' polling. This has been an issue that's been on my radar since I got in here for 6 years. And I think it's time for the public to have some input on it.
This is happenstance, and it has nothing to do with you. You all don't have a relationship at all.
I do not have a relationship any more than I have a relationship with anybody else who's interested in the government process here. I have meetings with people in my office all day long, every day.
I got curious and started digging online through the senator's campaign finances. I discovered 2 donations from Texas Sands PAC. That's the political action committee connected to the Las Vegas Sands Corporation for $4,500 each. So I reached back out to Johnson for clarification.
It's not some sort of coordinated anything.
A representative from his office says he's in session and could not comment. They tell CBS News Texas that Johnson does acknowledge the contribution, but says it has no bearing on his reasons to file the resolution. He points out that many of his colleagues got financial contributions too. And he's right. I had already come across their names too. People like former Texas Speaker of the House, Dade Phelan, Governor Greg Abbott, and even Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, just to name a few. As a matter of fact, Miriam Adelson, owner of the Dallas Mavericks and widow of the former CEO of the Sands, poured $13.7 million into Texas politics. At least $4 million of that went towards legalizing gambling, which, by the way, is not illegal. Even so.
Frankly, I don't think this bill is going to get a hearing, although it should.
Marvin Hurst, CBS News, Texas.
So have you been around long enough, or even if you haven't, attempting to legalize casino gaming here in Texas is not something new. Something lawmakers have tried for multiple times for years. And as of right now, let me show you a map. Texas happens to be right there in the gray, one of 24 states where commercial casino gaming is not legal. But everything you see in blue here around the country, including those that surround Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, they all allow it. There are 2 legal casinos, just so you know, here in the state of Texas, and the reason is because they're tribal. Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino, that's out southwest in Eagle Pass, and then there's also the Naskeela Casino, which is located, as you see here, in Livingston.